I know a new money opportunity when I see one, and right now it's creating and selling your own mini AI tools. I've made over $11,000 in the last 30 days selling these, and I'm going all in because unlike every other PDF-based digital product out there, which are on their way out by the way, this type of digital product isn't saturated. It's got a really high perceived value because most people have no clue how easy these tools are to create. Most people think you need to be techie, you need to know code. You don't need any of that. All you need is to be able to describe what you want and hit enter on Claude, because you know what? AI can build these things for you. And so in this video, I'm giving you 5 profitable AI tool ideas and the real data that proves that these will actually sell. So by the end, you're going to know exactly what mini AI tool to create and how to create it to make money. Let's get into it. Okay, so here's how it's gonna work. We're gonna take the best-selling PDF and Google Sheets, ones that we already know have demand, we already know we are selling, and we're gonna use those as a basis to create our AI tools. Why? Because if these products already sell right now as PDF and Google Sheets, they will also sell as AI tools, but here's the thing, you can charge a higher value. And so we're gonna use data from Etsy to show us what's selling. Now, just so you know, I actually don't recommend selling on Etsy because their listing fees are really high. It's really hard to get your product seen without you using Etsy ads. And because it's a marketplace and there's so much saturation, it means that the prices are always super low. So for this video, we're actually just using Etsy as a research tool. And this is how we're gonna do it. The first thing we're gonna do, I'm gonna show you all of the high profit products on Etsy. I'm going to show you the numbers that prove that they're already making sales, and then we're going to take one example and I'm going to show you how you can make an app in Claude code that would be way more profitable because you could actually charge more. So let's first start with the Etsy data. That is going to be our research mechanism here. Okay, so I've got 5 examples for you. My first is my favorite, and look guys, the finance niche, such a good niche. Okay, it doesn't have to be the make money niche, but finance, anything tax, financial planning, budget planning, all of this works really well. So this budget planner that I found here, first of all, it is converting at 6%, which is huge. Okay, industry average is about 1%. When we use the Everbee tool that shows us how much money each of these listings makes, this is making on average $4,520 per month just on this one listing. Okay, and so you'll see that most stores have multiple listings. They will usually take the same product and then they will then niche it down. So budget trackers for families, budget trackers for lawyers, budget trackers for small businesses. Okay, so you can do multiple versions of the same product targeted to different audiences. So this is just one making over £4,000, and you can see 95 people bought this in the last 24 hours. That is a lot, and it's only charging 93p. Okay, this is what I mean about Etsy. You have to charge really low prices. We could actually charge way more for our own product when we create this as an app and put it on our own platforms. And I'm going to show you that in just a second. Okay, so let's move on to the second product here. This one is a weekly meal planner. You'll see that this one is also Google Sheets. Google Sheets are great inspiration products because people already interacted with them. So we make them a mini app. You know, it's just going to be take that level even up a notch, right? Now, this is a more expensive product, which is good to see. 2 people bought it in the last 24 hours. You can see that the conversion rate's over 1%. So this is good. Now this product is making £1,131, well, dollars, sorry, a month. Not as high as the budget planner, but still pretty high. It's actually quite hard to find digital products on Etsy making over $1,000 a month nowadays. And so you know that if it can make $1,000 on Etsy where the marketplace is so saturated and it's only a Google Sheet, then we can only make more when we turn this into a mini app. Okay, so the third one now is a travel planner. Now, this is a product close to my heart, and I'll be honest, it was hard for me to find one that is making a ton of money, but I know from working with my students that this is a very profitable niche, especially outside of Etsy. But this specific one is over 2%. It is a bestseller. So you should always be looking for the bestseller tags. And when we analyze the listing, this is making $846. Now, I think the strategy with the sellers when it comes to travel planners is to just create loads of different versions, which is why no one listing will have a really high sales amount. So they all have different versions for different countries, you know, different themes. And so this is a really good strategy as well. You can have one travel planner and then you can turn that into travel planner for Jamaica, travel planner for Thailand, travel planner for Antarctica, and sell multiple of the same product. So this is a really good product. I personally have had success selling this product on Etsy and off of Etsy. So this is a great option. Now moving on to my favorite. This is always the biggie, right? And before I show you the number, you've seen the number already, but the wedding planner. Guys, the wedding niche isn't going anywhere. And I hear people say, oh, the wedding niche doesn't work anymore. It's so saturated. That's just not true, because if it can work on Etsy where saturation is massive, it can work off platform as well. So you saw the number at the start. This is making over $6,000, almost $7,000 a month. This is just one platform, okay? I mean, one listing. This seller has multiple listings, and you can see that it comes in a Google Sheet, which is good. It has a few bonus checklists, and Google Docs to help with the selling. I think this is a great one. This might be the one that we use for the example. Really, really good. The wedding planning niche always works really, really well. And then finally, the ADHD planning niche. Now, back in the day when I first started, these planners were making $16,000, $17,000 a month. I think the ADHD niche, more people have entered this niche, but it's definitely not saturated, okay? There are so many different sub niches. You can do ADHD friendly business planners, you can do ADHD friendly parenting planners. There's so many different sub niches, but this one is a bestseller. It's actually not converting a huge amount. I think this is just the one that I found. This one is making $949, but like I say, there is opportunity to make a lot more with this niche. I just think on Etsy there are just so many of them. However, it is proven to be a profitable niche, and I myself have sold a lot of ADHD products in the past. Having suffered with ADHD, I know a lot of the symptoms, and I know a lot of ways to make things a lot more ADHD friendly. I think with this niche though, you can't just slap an ADHD banner on it. You have to actually understand it, and like things that you can do to make it easier for people with ADHD to actually get a result with your product, okay? So those were 5 different niches. I think the most interesting part now is like, how do we take this and turn this into a profitable mini app? Now, which one should we choose? I'm actually thinking that the ADHD one could be good, or that I've created those in the past. I'm actually gonna go with the budget planner. I think this is like one that's easy to create for a lot of people, and it's already making a ton of money. So let me show you now how we would create this with Claude. Okay, so let's create the app. The first thing you're going to do is you're going to take this prompt, okay? So this is the prompt that I have for you. This is inside my free database. It's inside my $1 million database, okay? So I'm about to just add it in here. So when you sign up for the database, you can just scroll down, here's all the prompts, and you'll just find it here once I add it. But for now, we're just gonna copy this prompt. Now, you can just create this in Claude Chat. So I'm actually gonna create it in Claude Code. So I'm going to paste in the prompt here into Claude Code, and you can see we need the URL of the Etsy listing, because it's going to go and search the Etsy listing. It's going to go and take note of what's working about that product right now and what we can add to it. Keep in mind, we are not copying that product whatsoever. We are creating our own version, but we want to give the AI the link to the product right now so it can, like I say, see what's working and see where there's opportunity for us to improve. So let me grab that URL real quick. Okay, so now we have the URL. I'm just gonna put it in here. Whichever URL you have, you would just put your own in. Now, make sure you set the permissions. Mine always bypass the permissions, but if you want Claude to check in with you, you can select one of these instead and select your model, okay? Now, Opus 4.5, this is the most powerful. It also uses the most credits. So you can use Sonnet if you want. I think actually for this example, we'll use Sonnet, okay? Just to save a few credits, because not everyone has tons of credits to spend. So click enter, and we are going to see what questions Claude asks, and then it's literally going to build the app for us. I'm going to pause until it gets back to us because it can take a little while. Okay, so Claude is actually going out and looking at the Etsy listing. This is why I like to use Claude Code, because it can just go and find the listing. You can see it's opening its own browser. So I love this about Claude now. It doesn't even have to open your browser. It has its own browser, and it will just go and read the listing, and it will start to see, okay, what's working and what's not working. Okay guys, so we are back. Claude has done its big one. So it's gone and it's looked at everything, and look, it's come up with the reasons why it sells so well, like a zero fiction price. We're not interested in the price because we're going to be building a higher value product. 1 tab promise, instant gratification, and beginner framing. Okay, so that's what works really well. It's just saying that the Etsy, it couldn't pull all of the Etsy reviews. That's fine. Not going to worry about that for now. If you wanted to, you could copy and paste all of the Etsy reviews in. It's really good because people in reviews reviews often say what they think a product should have. It's a good thing to have when you're building, but we ain't got time for that. So we're gonna go ahead. So it's basically saying like an interactive app does not even compare to a spreadsheet. It can ask questions, branch logic, real time, blah, blah, blah. So it's given us, most importantly, the audience, because I want to niche this down. I just think a general budget tracker just won't sell as well off platform versus if we could actually niche it down to an audience. And you would obviously niche it down to the audience that you belong to, right? Because it should be a product that you know about, that you've solved your own problems. So let's say you are a freelancer or you're a solopreneur or you're a wedding event, you know, whatever it may be. So I'm going to say I am a freelancer. Don't have a regular income, but I'm a freelancer. So let's do this. So I'm going to say go for it with this niche, build the app. Okay, so we're going to say build the app. Like, this is such a in-depth prompt, and I really want you to grab it for free in the $1 Million Prompts database below, because it's such a good prompt. It's actually going to do all the work for you. All you need to decide is what your niche is going to be. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and build the app. I'm going to show you exactly what it looks like. In fact, it's actually building the prompt. Yeah, okay, no, it's building the app. Okay, so here's some good things to show you. People don't show you this on YouTube videos. Hopefully this video isn't too long. But do you want to add storage? So when people come back to the app, they can sign back in and see their plans. Or do you want no storage? Now, I just said, I accidentally clicked the wrong thing. I would have actually said storage, but because this is a demo app, it's fine to build it without. But I highly recommend, if you've got the credits and you're confident on this, I highly recommend having storage, because then finances is something that people don't just do once, they're going to come back to over and over again. So think about the behavior of your audience. I would definitely add storage to most apps now. I think it really improves them as a digital product and allows it to be a much higher valued app. So Claude's going to go ahead and build this now. Let's see what it looks like when it's done. So now it's asking a few questions. So let's open the questions. So it's asking what color scheme. So warm amber terracotta, deep navy slate and teal, muted sage green and clay gold. I like the deep navy, and Claude will just ask you questions that it thinks that it wants your input on in order to build the best app. Okay guys, so we are finally back. Claude has created the app. It took a little while, so it's just working its way through. Like, it gave me like a screenshot of how it's going to look, and now it's built the app. So I asked it to open it in my browser, and here it is. And I actually love that it already has a password field. So we're going to unlock the password, and here's what it looks like. So obviously it is branded this app on its own because it knows that I've branded apps in the past. If your app doesn't have this branding, you can always just follow up and ask Claude to add branding. So here it's like, here's your last few months of income, your fixed bills and tax, your savings, and then it gives you your numbers. So let's just say my last few months of income were 10,000, 11,000, and maybe like 8,000. And I think it should actually have the months here. So that's something that I would add in after. I would have my fixed bills and my UK tax. I mean, fixed bills are definitely more than that. Let's say they're around 3K. Savings buffer. So how much do you want to put into your savings? This is a bit high. How much is 2,000? So there we go. Now it gives my numbers. So how much you can spend each month, how much you set aside for tax, your buffer runway, which is really good for self-employed people. Your most recent month is 8,000. So it's kind of giving you everything you need here. And then you're going to ask, can you afford a certain item? So let's just say that. And I think that's pretty good. Like, this is pretty basic. I would actually add more color, but my Claude is being super slow today, so I'm not going to add that. But can you see how interactive this is, and so much easier to use than a Google sheet? You can brand it however you want. And then the next step would be for you to set this up on your own platform and start driving your own traffic. So I'm going to link this tutorial. It shows you how I would market a product like this, so I could get people to actually find it every single month and buy it. And so watch that tutorial next, and I'll see you in the next one.